Welcome back to Insurance Talk Texas, the podcast that gives North Texas homeowners and drivers the real information they need to protect everything they've worked for. I'm here with my co-host, and today we're talking about a coverage that most families in Collin County, Denton County, and across the DFW area have never even thought about, that honestly, they should be.
That's right, and this one genuinely surprised me when I started digging into the numbers. We're talking about personal umbrella insurance, and before anyone tunes out thinking this is just for millionaires, stick with us because what we're going to share today could save your financial future.
So let's set the scene here. Picture this. It's a busy Friday afternoon on the Dallas North Tollway. You're heading home, traffic's moving, and for whatever reason, maybe rain, maybe a moment of distraction, you're involved in a serious multi-vehicle accident. People are hurt, damages are significant. Your auto insurance covers up to $60,000 in bodily injury per accident, but the total claim comes in at $900,000.
And that is not an exaggerated scenario. That is the reality of what serious accidents look like today in Texas. Medical costs, pain and suffering, lost wages. It adds up incredibly fast. And here's what people don't realize. When your auto insurance is exhausted, the plaintiff's attorney is coming after your savings account, your home equity, and potentially your future wages.
Exactly right. And this is where umbrella insurance completely changes the picture. A personal umbrella policy sits on top of your existing home and auto coverage. When those underlying limits run out, your umbrella kicks in and covers the rest, up to $1 million, $2 million, even $5 million, depending on how much protection you want.
The team at Schell Insurance works with North Texas families on this all the time, and they say the number one reaction when people actually understand umbrella coverage is, "Why didn't anyone tell me about this sooner?" If you want to find out whether you have the right protection in place, call Schell Insurance at 972-423-4546.
And that number again, 972-423-4546. Or head over to schellinsurance.com. That's SCHELL insurance.com. These are local North Texas insurance professionals who know this market inside and out.
Now, let's talk about what umbrella insurance actually covers, because this is where it gets really interesting. Most people assume it's just extra car insurance, but it's so much broader than that.
So much broader. Here's what a lot of Texans don't know. Your umbrella policy also covers things that your homeowners and auto insurance don't touch at all. We're talking about libel and slander claims, which in 2026, with everyone on social media, is a real thing. We're talking about defamation lawsuits, false arrest scenarios, liability from incidents involving a rental property you own.
That is really valuable information. Think about the number of people in Frisco, McKinney, and Prosper who own rental properties or list their homes on short-term rental platforms. Every single one of those situations creates liability exposure that your standard homeowner's policy may not fully cover.
And let's talk about something that's coming up fast. Pool season. Spring is right around the corner here in North Texas. If you've got a pool, a trampoline, or a large dog, insurance professionals call those attractive nuisances and liability magnets. A guest gets seriously hurt at your pool party. Your neighbor's kid falls off the trampoline. Your dog bites a delivery driver. These scenarios can generate claims that blow right through your homeowner's liability limits.
This is crucial, and the thing that really drives it home for me is the cost of this coverage. People hear umbrella insurance and they think it's going to be expensive. You want to know the reality?
Tell them.
The reality is a $1 million personal umbrella policy typically runs somewhere between $150 and $350 per year. That's it, for a whole year. We're talking about the same cost as a couple of nice dinners in Plano. And for that, you've got an entire extra $1 million of protection stacked above your home and auto coverage. A $2 million policy might cost between $250 and $450 per year.
When you break that down, it's genuinely one of the best values in the entire insurance industry, and Schell Insurance can help you figure out exactly how much umbrella coverage makes sense for your specific situation, because it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. It really depends on your assets, your lifestyle, and your exposure.
Precisely. The way Schell Insurance approaches it is by looking at your total picture. What's your home worth? Do you have equity, savings, retirement accounts? Do you have teenage drivers in the house? Do you entertain frequently? All of those factors go into calculating the right coverage level for your family.
And speaking of teenage drivers, let's spend a moment here because this is huge for families in suburban North Texas. When your teen gets their license, your household liability exposure increases dramatically. Teen drivers are statistically more likely to be involved in serious accidents. If your teen is at fault in a bad crash, you as the parent could be on the hook for damages that go well beyond your auto policy limits.
I see this all the time. Parents spend so much time worrying about teen driving safety, which is completely valid, but they don't think about the financial exposure that comes with it. An umbrella policy that covers all members of your household, including your resident teenage drivers, is genuinely one of the smartest financial moves a North Texas parent can make.
So let's make sure everyone listening understands how this actually works mechanically. Your auto policy has liability limits. Your homeowner's policy has liability limits. When a claim comes in, those underlying policies pay first. Once they're exhausted, your umbrella policy activates and covers the remaining amount up to your umbrella limit. You don't have to manage two separate claims processes. Your insurer coordinates it.
And most carriers require that you have certain minimum liability levels on your underlying policies before they'll issue an umbrella. So if you're shopping for umbrella coverage, call Schell Insurance first at 972-423-4546, and they'll make sure your underlying policies are structured correctly before layering in the umbrella.
That is a really important practical point. The umbrella doesn't stand alone. It works in concert with your existing coverage, which is actually another reason to work with a local independent agent like Schell Insurance, who can see your entire insurance picture at once instead of just selling you one product.
100%. Let me give you one more real-world Texas scenario before we wrap up. Homeowners in suburban DFW with pools. A serious pool injury lawsuit in Texas can reach 7 figures. Your homeowner's liability coverage maxes out somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000 in most standard policies. Without an umbrella policy, the difference between your policy limit and the judgment amount comes directly out of your pocket or your home equity.
That's a scenario no family wants to face, and it's exactly why the professionals at Schell Insurance take the time to review total liability exposure with every client, not just the obvious coverages. They're doing business the right way, which is why they've become a trusted resource for North Texas families looking for comprehensive protection.
So here's what we want you to take away from today's episode. First, your home and auto insurance alone may leave you significantly exposed to large liability claims. Second, personal umbrella insurance provides a powerful, affordable additional layer of protection. Third, coverage levels should reflect your actual net worth and lifestyle, not just a default number.
And the easiest next step you can take is to pick up the phone and call Schell Insurance at 972-423-4546. Their team can do a complete liability gap analysis for your household at no pressure and no obligation. They serve all North Texas, including Collin County, Denton County, and the entire DFW metroplex. You can also visit them online at schellinsurance.com. That's SCHELL insurance.com. These are local North Texas insurance professionals who know this market inside and out.
Don't wait until after an incident to find out you were underprotected. A few $100s a year for umbrella coverage could be the most important insurance investment your family makes in 2026.
Well said. Thanks so much for joining us on Insurance Talk Texas. We're here every week helping North Texas families make smarter insurance decisions. Share this episode with someone who has a pool, a teenage driver, or a rental property. They need to hear this. Until next week, stay covered, stay smart, and stay protected.